Good morning, BR, and welcome to another episode of BRHS News. I'm Danny Digante.
And I'm Violet Dunsavage. Iggy Pies will be joining us in just a moment, but first we have today's segment, a St. Patrick's Day special of Miss Sweetwood's cooking show. Let's go take a look.
Good morning, BR. With St. Patrick's Day around the corner, and by the time this airs, I guess it will have just passed, it's always fun to make some Irish soda bread. And what could be more delicious than one Irish soda bread is a recipe that makes 4 loaves. So enough for yourself and plenty to share. So we're going to take a bowl of flour and we're going to whisk in a couple of ingredients. We have a half a cup of sugar, a teaspoon of baking soda, it is Irish soda bread, and a teaspoon of salt. And I can use this pastry blender to just whisk them together. Now we're gonna cut in 1/2 a cup of butter. It helps if you cut it into small pieces before, and you wanna cut this in with a pastry blender. So you know the butter is cut in enough when you run your fingers through it, and you could hardly even see it. It's gonna be the size of small crumbs. Now we're gonna take currants and mix them in. Currant is similar to a raisin. It's a different fruit, but it tastes just the same, a little bit smaller. We're gonna stir them in, and then we are gonna add 1 3/4 cups of buttermilk. And this is what's gonna give Irish soda bread its distinctive tang. You wanna stir this together in a bowl until it comes together and forms a dough. And then we're gonna transfer it to the work surface and shape it into our bowl. Now that the dough is coming together, I'm gonna take it and dump it right onto the work surface. I find it easier to use my hands to bring it together as loaves. You want to lightly flour your hands and just gently work the dough until it comes together. All right, we have our dough here, and it still looks a little bit like wet rags, but that's okay. I'd rather have the dough be underworked than overworked. We're gonna take it and divide it into 4, and then I'm gonna shape each piece into a round loaf. And we're going to arrange them on a baking sheet. Now these will puff up and still feed actually more than one person each. Okay, and the last thing that we want to do is score the top. We're going to bake these loaves for 30 minutes at 375, and then we'll take a peek. So here are the finished Irish soda bread. You can see how beautiful they look. Each loaf is perfect to share with a friend. You can break them open and see how delicious it looks inside. Great on its own, toast it with some more butter. Don't wait for St. Patrick's Day to have an excuse to make delicious Irish soda bread. The recipe is on my website. Have a great
Wow, that Irish soda bread looks delicious. Thank you to Mrs. Sweetwood for filming with us. You can find all of Mrs. Sweetwood's delicious recipes on her on-course website.
Well, that is all the time we have for today and for this week.
Have a fabulous day and an amazing weekend, BR.
Monday I'll just miss a bus, get out.